Hi everybody, welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about kitchen layouts, different types of layouts, and different sizes. Let's start off by categorizing our kitchen layouts into closed kitchens and open kitchens. Closed kitchens are probably best for one cook. It doesn't really work well for families and guests to kind of gather or move through the space, but they are often more efficient cooking layouts, and sometimes they can be smaller and more compact. Examples of closed kitchens are the U-shaped, the parallel, and the G-shaped kitchen. And we're going to talk about all of these. Okay. Open kitchens, on the other hand, might be better for two cooks or for cooks who like to have their family or friends in the kitchen with them, or to have people pass through or be social. They can be a little bit bigger and less efficient for cooking. And some examples of open kitchens are L-shaped, one wall, corridor, and island kitchens. Our first closed kitchen to talk about is a U-shaped kitchen. And yes, it is called a U because it is literally three sides. And on each of these three sides, you have a different work center. Your cooking center, your sink center, your refrigeration center. They're on different walls of the kitchen. This is a pretty convenient layout for one person. It can be difficult to use for more than one because you would be constantly crossing each other. Next, we have a parallel, also called a galley kitchen. This kind has two parallel walls. So one wall will have one of the three centers. The other wall will have two out of three centers. Okay. They typically are closed at the end, one of the two ends, so that traffic doesn't go through. We'll see a corridor kitchen shortly. That's when both ends are open and people can go through. All right. So parallel or galley kitchen has a closed end. This is one of the smallest and most efficient kitchen types, and it really only works for one cook. Our last common closed kitchen type is called a G-shaped kitchen. Again, this is a letter G. It is very similar to the U-shaped kitchen, only there is a fourth arm that kind of turns back into the center of the space. So you take a U-shaped kitchen and you add a peninsula or a fourth, sometimes it's closed by a wall, so a fourth arm to that. Again, because this is a closed kitchen type, it is best for one cook. If you have a very large G-shaped kitchen, you can make it work for two cooks by planning some secondary working areas. So I grew up with a small G-shaped kitchen. My parents still live in that house, and I can vouch it was very much a one-person kitchen. Let's move on to talk about some open kitchen types. And the first one is an L-shaped kitchen. Again, this is literally the letter L. All right, so two arms of a work area that are joined together. And it is more open and it can be used by more than one person. So the open side of the L can have a dining space, a seating area, or even an island. I currently live in a house that has an L-shaped kitchen with an island, and it can be used by more than one person who stands on the other side of the island, and it does lend itself to through traffic or around traffic. You can definitely have more than one person in an L-shaped kitchen. Let's talk about a one-wall kitchen. All three work areas, all three major centers are on one wall. Sometimes this can be inconvenient because if you have the three in a row, your first and third center are quite far apart from each other. So you have to watch out for inconvenience. But for a small kitchen, the one-wall kitchen can be your best option. It does have an open space opposite that is available for dining and social areas. So on your screen here, you have an example of a one-wall kitchen that I think is just I was kind of blown away at this kitchen because of how they fit it in the irregularly shaped space and still got a working kitchen out of this acute angle. This one is an example of a one-wall kitchen with an island, and so you can have that additional prep space and seating area. Our next open kitchen is a corridor kitchen. It's similar to the parallel kitchen we just spoke about, but both ends are open. Allows through traffic, just not always the best idea because you can get in each other's way. If, however, the through traffic is only for the cooks, you can make a corridor kitchen work for multiple cooks, so a little bit more flexible than that parallel kitchen. Our last open kitchen type is an island kitchen. And this one's a little bit different because what you do is you take any of the previous kitchen types we just talked about and add an island. What makes it an island kitchen instead of just, for example, an L-shaped kitchen with an island? It's that you move one of the three primary centers onto the island. So the definition of this island kitchen is that one of the three centers is on the island. And so you can see that in this example on your screen, we've got an L-shaped kitchen with an island. This is an island kitchen because they've moved the sink center onto that island. Let's talk about kitchen sizes. Surprise, surprise, kitchens come in all sizes. It's dependent on the space allocated within the house and the size of the house. It's dependent on how the family lives and the number of cooks. Kitchens can be too small to be effective for storage, for workspace, for workflow. But, and some people don't realize this, they can actually be too big with the work centers and all of the storage, etc., spread too far out to be efficient. On the screen, you see one of the smallest kitchens I have ever seen. And it's got maybe an 18-inch cooking center, maybe another 18 inches for the sink, and along the side we have a short counter. And that's it. Kitchens can be very small. This one looks a little too small, in my opinion. The NKBA specifically categorizes the kitchen sizes into small, medium, and large. Small is less than 150 square feet. Medium is from 150 to 350 square feet, and large is everything bigger than that. Why is this important? Because in some of the NKBA guidelines, they set criteria, for example, for recommended storage space based on the kitchen size in these categories. With some of the open kitchen types, it can be difficult to tell what exactly is in your kitchen and what's the dining room or what's the living room or something else. And so what you want to pay attention to when you're determining your kitchen size is what space is dedicated to food preparation or storage areas. So here's an example on your screen. And in this case, we're measuring the cabinets from here to here. Okay, that is all food prep area. And from here all the way down to here, we're including this pantry. It's some food storage area. You know you should include this island area, but this designer has determined that the eating area is used as a seated food prep area, and so they're including it in the size of their kitchen. Okay, in this video we talked about some basic kitchen types and kitchen sizes. In the next video we're going to move on to more depth about the kitchen centers.